He let me go through all my my last year junior camp, all through the camp, and then he does this thing where, like, normally you make a team and you kind of know it, but he did this thing just for me where he put everybody at center ice and was like, all right, if I read your name off, you can put your gear in the locker room. And he just skipped my name. I went into the office. He goes, oh, sorry, I traded you.
Oh. Boy, push you out
then
there.
he's like, you got to report to Grand Forks in 2 days. I was like, thanks.
Oh, and Grand Forks of all places too.
Exactly.
Right? Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Yeah,
but it actually worked out really well. They wanted me to provide a little leadership and got to live that Canadian experience. So it was a good time.
I was my friend Al because I was coaching these Spokane Chiefs back in mid 2000s and right 2000, right after I retired, 2002-ish, and so Al Conroy and I were scouting in Kimberley or something like that, and he was he was coaching the Spokane was up there. We watched one of the players. He saw us in the building and he left the bench during the game and came down and talked to us. He's a head coach, and I'm like, Al and I were like, buddy, shouldn't you be over there on the bench? Why are you worried about us, right? We're not watching you. But anyways, it was one of those things. That was probably the last time I talked to him. Anyways, we're off the air, I think, so I can say that.
Yeah, fine. You guys are good. They didn't catch up on old times.
Yeah, amen. There's always a story.
Cool. So hey, let's get it going here. I don't know. We got a bunch of stuff we'll lead you through basically. I want to hit up what you got going on, Jamie, with the rinks and stuff like that, and where people can because people into hockey now up there, and especially getting their kids into it and learning to skate and all that stuff. So gives you some time on that. And then obviously we'll talk about the Kraken, what they've been up to lately, talk about your playing career a little bit, Jamie, your stops along the way, kind of like some of those fun, like Calgary stories or anything like that, if you got that. And then Ryan's got his notes too and stuff like that. And then we got a couple sponsors to mention. So ready to go?
Let's go.
Yeah,
ready to go? All right, let's do it. Here, you'll hear a sound effect and then we're off and running. Oh, we do like a cold open that's like a little silly before the theme song, and then we release the show, and then so that'll be what's up first. Here we go. Yeah, you guys could probably catch up on a lot of junior hockey stuff and like names and things from the Northwest, right? With you and Jamie, Ryan.
That's a ton of stuff.
Yeah. When Jamie turns in the parking lot, does he go left or right or whatever the hell that was? What was the story with that?
That's at Olympic View. So I came back at the
Olympic View, the ice rink.
Yeah, the ice rink.
Yeah, OVA.
There's something about Jamie. He told me there's something about if you drive in the parking lot, do you go left or do you go right? And that means some sort of something.
Everybody has a routine. So for me, I had one good game where I pulled in, I took a left, I parked in the third or fourth spot.
At Olympic View.
Had a good game, and that's it. That's the routine from now on.
Yeah.
But what if you have a bad game?
It doesn't matter. It's just
or what if that spot's taken, right? Yeah. Right. Your ritual.
You have to fight whoever that is.
Basically.
Probably.
Well, you have your third, maybe second, third choice, but no, if that spot was open when you get to the rink, you're already feeling good.
You're gonna have a good day. All right.
Absolutely.
Okay, but even if you have like the world's worst day, then you're still gonna go back to that spot, or do you try to find a new spot after that?
No,
change your underwear.
Because it's everything. It's everything all together. It's the way you tie your skates.
Yep.
But
left, right. Yeah, left, right. Put on your pads, left, right.
Left,
elbow
right.
pads, left, right. All right. When I was playing in New Jersey, and back when I wasn't a rookie, that's probably 3-4 years into the league, and Brendan Shanahan was there, and and Shanny now what is the president of the Toronto Maple Leafs, but anyway, Shanny would have 2 sticks and then 2 things of 2 fan mail, right? And so he would open up his fan mail and he would check it out and then put them away, and then he would do his 2 sticks, and then he would do a stretch, and then. But everybody's got a ritual, right? And even some say they don't, or they're not superstitious, but I think they do. And
the ones who they're not superstitious are probably the most superstitious.
Probably.
Yeah. And then I had to do a little ritual on the ice right before warm up. I would do a couple figure eights, and people would look at you like, the hell is he doing? But it was just something you did. And
Thing.
right, if you made it that far, I'm like, well, I made it this far. I'm not going to deviate.
So if you see a guy in the locker room going right, left, you know he's either a noob or you better watch out there
Or
because
he's
he
got
had a really good game one
or
time.
he's going through something. He's got to start
Yeah.
changing it up.
You ever look at guys' rituals in the locker room just to kind of scope it out?
They're all so weird.
Yeah, you're probably not supposed to look at other guys' rituals in the locker room.
Probably not.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, if they're the goalies, you don't mess with them. But I mean, we've done it where guys have their rituals, and then we'll just take an X-Acto knife, or and we'll actually cut the tape. They'll do their sticks, and they're all superstitious, and they set them a certain way, and put their pen marks on them, and this and that, and then we just slice them, slice the tape up or something. And it just seems, kind of childish, but at the time, that was serious. Like, they took offense to that, and you just put your head down, and I didn't do it, right? But because they would come back at you tenfold. But anyway, so what we look at is childish right there. They look at that. That's serious stuff. That's my livelihood, and right, that's that's big stuff for them.
Yeah, no, I
and
get.
And they're kids too, right? You got to, I'm in my 50s right now. I look back in my 20s, and I think I thought I knew what I was doing and what was going on.
Yeah.
Nope.
I lived with 2 goalies in the first year.
Oh, God bless you.
Spokane, and I had to score. I had this weird thing. So I had all my pregame, but then I had to score 3 goals. And score, I mean, like, just put the puck in the net 3 times in warmups.
Right.
And so it got to the point where one day, I don't know, we were fighting, inner roommate fighting, but they were trying to save every shot that I was. So the goalies, they're both on it. They were both trying to save every single shot in warmups, and they wouldn't let just to mess me up. Yeah. But
that's hilarious.
You're on the team.
I like that.
You're on the same team.
We're on the same team. No, 100%. I mean, it's competition, and it even goes in warmups.
I got it. Speaking of rituals, we have a ritual around here, Jamie, where you yell out the name of the show, and then I hit the theme song. Would you please do the honors, sir?
Release the show.
Young fish. What's cracking? We cracking, we dipping, we diving, we sliding, we snapping. Hockey in Seattle, boy, we all about the action. Release the show. Release the show. What's cracking?
Oh, it's Release the Show on the Believe Sports Network. Thanks for tuning in. I'm one of your co-hosts, Brett Davern. He's one of your co-hosts, the missing link, Ryan Wetstein. Westeen.
It's only been a year.
Just kidding. And then we're joined on this episode by a special guest. It's Jamie Huscroft. NHLer with the Bruins, the Flames, the Lightning, the Canucks, the Coyotes. Also played on like every other not NHL, but every other hockey team ever. Like, Jamie, your list is ridiculous. You got the Seattle Breakers on there. The Seattle Thunderbirds are on there. You spent time with everybody, man.
Well, when you're, I was very fortunate, right? I came to Seattle as a young buck and played a few years here and moved on. And I don't know if everybody wanted me or didn't want me, but anyways, I was fortunate. Played on a lot of teams, but more importantly, I played with some great players over the years.
How many years altogether in the NHL?
In the NHL, probably, I was up and down for probably 9 to 10 years, right? I played a total of 14 years, and that's in the American Hockey League in the NHL. But you're right, takes time to break into the league, and then up and down for a few years, and thank God for expansion. And then they expanded in the 90s, and it allowed lesser players like myself to finally make that jump into the NHL. And probably 8-9 years in the NHL.
We probably should have Jamie give us his actual hockey nickname before we give him a ridiculous nickname that has nothing to do with anything.
We'll also get something like the missing link, and it just
what was your
missing
hockey nickname, Jamie?
Well, you guys, if you watch hockey, there's a guy named Kenny Danico, and Dano does you see him up there all the time. And when I was a rookie, when I broke in, he called me Husher, the Rusher, the Bone Crusher. And right. And
that's awesome.
He was, and Dano had a nickname for everybody, but anyways, after that, the guys just started to call me Husher and or Husky. But that was Dano, and I still love him to this day. Love watching him. But the Bone Crusher, yeah,
That's pretty
It's
sweet.
better than Ryan flying the crazy Hawaiian.
Was that you? Was that you?
Again,
for a time?
yeah. You
What?
just have to roll with it. Someone comes up with a name, and that's what it is for the year.
What the? Aren't you from Mount Lake Terrace?
Exactly.
Lake Terrace. Wow,
Doesn't make any
love
sense
that
at all.
place.
Hey, well, guys, listen, our Kraken, they're playing great. Like, checking over here in the standings since the last time I was on this show, a lot has changed. Ryan and Katie were holding down the fort last week, but right now our Kraken have played 11 games. They're 5-4-2, so they're above 500, which is awesome, right? That's great. You got the 2 overtime losses, which of course we wish were W's, but they got 12 points and they're in 3rd place in the Pacific and playing good hockey. I mean, last night against who was it last night? It was against Calgary.
In Calgary.
Jamie. Yeah. I mean, Jamie, just give me your impressions of the Kraken so far this season and especially recently.
I think they're playing great. I didn't see the first couple of games, but I saw them at home when they played Buffalo, and I couldn't have been more impressed with their lineup. Right, it's totally different than the product that we saw or I saw last year. But they brought in some great players, right? I mean, Burakovsky and Borgstrand and with Matty Benier being a young guy, and I like the addition of Daniel Sprong. Played another good game last night, but I just think they have an exciting, hard-working lineup, but I do think with the addition of those those players, and then I think they got a defenseman. I think it was Schultz they brought in for the power play, right? And I mean, their power play is totally turned around for them, and but they're playing really good and they're fun to watch. That game last night, Calgary, they were down. I think they got down 4-2 in the 3rd period, and as we all know, in hockey and in sports, you get down. Especially in hockey, you get down a couple of goals in the 3rd period, and typically most games just back.
Well, and away too. Playing in Calgary, that place is
Calgary.
Crazy.
Yeah,
great environment. Awesome home ice advantage. Is that a thing?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But they came storming back on them.
They did that twice.
Ryan, Ryan, this is the best Kraken hockey I think we've seen. A stretch of Kraken hockey in their history, perhaps. I mean, other than last season, you had that little run against where they beat the Hurricanes and the Panthers and all that, right? But this run they're on right now.
Last week I said that was the best game they played, and then last night I think that was the best game they played.
Right,
and they just keep getting better and better, and they to go down. What was it 3-1 or they came back twice?
3-run, then 4. I think it was 4-2.
They just keep coming back, and they just keep doing those little things that good teams do, and that's what we're starting to see more often from them now.
Well, I think the Sabres game, right after the Sabres game was over, I turned off the TV. I said that was the best Kraken game I've watched. But okay, it's Buffalo Sabres. We'll see what happens. Then the Pittsburgh game, that was a great game. Sure, Pittsburgh game was a good game, and then the Flames game last night was incredible. They're holding on at the end. I got to tell you, as a new hockey fan, when they pull that goalie and then you can't put it in the empty net, it's the most maddening thing as a new novice hockey fan to watch. Because you just assume the second that a Kraken player gets the puck, he's going to just be able to throw it down there. And then when it can't happen or they just barely get a stick on it, I mean, it's just I'm pulling my hair out at home. But they were able to hang on and win. And I mean, they've been playing great. But let's get specific on players here, right? Because Matty Beniers, now, again, I'm new to hockey. This is really like my second season other than going to a few Thunderbirds games growing up, But Matty Beniers, you guys, and now I don't know much. You guys know not a lot more than me. But this seems like him and Julio Rodriguez are like once in a generation talents for the Mariners and the Kraken respectively. And it seems like this guy's just a next superstar in the NHL, isn't he?
He's good. He'll be a contender for the Rookie of the Year, right? He's what is he? 11 games, I think 5-4, so 9 points last year. I think he had basically a point a game, right? In his 9-10 games he played, he had 9 or 10 points. So he's playing really good. But I wish when I was a rookie that they put me in between Jaden Schwartz and Jordan Eberle too, right?
Okay.
We always said you put me on playing in like we play against Pittsburgh and there was Mario and Yager on the line. I said, you could put my dog on that line and he'd get you 20 goals. Right. But, and I'm not taking, I mean, hey, Matty, this kid is, half the reason I go to the games is to watch this kid. And I was teasing. I wasn't nothing against Matty. He makes those other guys look great.
Yeah.
But that's a hell of a second line, right? And so you got the first line, Burkowski and Wenberg, Borgstrand, right? And all of a sudden, if you're playing against these guys, your checking lines, you've got double the trouble now. And then a great third line, right? McCann and Gord and Tanev, that's a buzzsaw line there. And then Ryan and
see, I'm mad
Morgan
for 1 second. I just have to, because like I'm falling in love. The city of Seattle's falling in love, and really it feels just like Julio and the Mariners. And
it does.
Because I mean, he's 19. He's 19. He's 19, you guys. He's 19. 11 games played, 5 goals, 4 assists, 9 points. Is that good?
It's pretty good.
That's really good, isn't it?
I'm starting to call him big time Beniers because he scores
like
goals in big situations.
Yeah.
Obviously last night the game winner, but I mean, it's always the go ahead goal, or he just finds a way to score goals when the team needs that momentum.
Well, and even on it with the time winding down and I'm pulling my hair out in the empty net and the whole thing, when they're getting the puck, he's like pestering people all the time. But not on defense, because I realize, help me out here. I'm the new fan. Like, so he's not in the back, but he's up here. And when they're kind of trying to bring it in, he's out there smacking, throwing his stick around with one hand, doing everything he can. He's like pesky out there. He's a 19-year-old, like bothering these like 30-year-olds out there. Yeah. And it almost seems like he's getting under their skin a little bit.
He's playing like a vet.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
He's just a world-class player. There's not many of those guys that can do that. I mean, the game's different now and it was a lot more physical back in my day. And it took you a couple more years to accept that or to be a part of that, because it was just so hard for the littler guys. But the game has evolved so much that a young guy like Matty can come in. And there's not guys taking his head off or fighting or any of that, which is the beauty of the game now. But he is just amazing to watch, and he's going to do great, and it's just going to get better.
Let's move on to your top point scorer right now on the team, Jaden Schwartz, which he was hurt a little bit at the end of last year, right? So you didn't get to really finish strong, but off to a great start this season. 11 games. 10 points, 5 goals, 5 assists, like playing awesome. Burkowski, 11 games, 3 goals, 6 assists. Jared McCann, the Salmon McCannon, anytime he gets the puck in that, in that elbow area, slot area. What is that area over there?
Slot.
Sure. In the slot? Yeah. All right.
Elbow area.
He clocks it back, dude. I'm ready for him to score, man.
Yeah.
They're playing great. The Bjorkstrand coming on. I mean, 11 games right now, only the 1 goal, but 5 assists. Well, I think what's cool is seeing them make those moves for the new players, but having guys come in and contribute, right? Because there's other sports where you'll have someone come in and it takes them a while to kind of get into the flow. Maybe that's the case with hockey sometimes, but with these guys, they're coming in and contributing right away.
Yeah, they are, and I think they're just getting, they're bonding, they're getting to trust one another. But I just think they brought the right kudos. Let's say first, kudos to the management.
Yeah,
they brought in the right people, and so they it took them a little while to figure it out. And you can't just go 30 games into the season, like last year, and say, okay, we're gonna scrap everything and move on. But they brought in the right people, it looks like, and they've shored up their power play. Their penalty killing seems to be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And they got their lines somewhat figured out. That can change at any moment. But you look at their lineup, and I look at their lineup, and I'm like, wow, that's impressive. A great fourth line. Got a great third line checkers. First 2 lines, they're doing well. Their defense seems to be pretty good, right? That's 6 good defensemen.
Strong point of the team, even from the expansion draft, right? Was this team was built from the defense forward, and maybe that's finally coming true. What's up, Ryan?
They also have 18 different goal scorers already this year, so everybody's contributing.
That's a great stat. Yeah.
That
So
is,
defense,
and-
defense first, but they're not
Well,
afraid
how
to shoot the puck and go after rebounds.
Well, but how about back to defense though, and how about goaltending, right? Because Joey Decord against the Flames, right? what was the shot difference? It was like 40 shots for the Flames to like 20 something for the Kraken, and we still end up winning that game. But they scored what, 4? But I think he faced like 40 something shots.
And he made some incredible saves.
Yeah.
Like, he was playing lights
He
out.
did.
So the scoreboard doesn't really reflect that.
Yeah.
Some of those were like right off the draw. Those are kind of bad goals he gave up.
By the way, if a guy goes through the crease again, Joey, just fly out in front of him and get taken out completely, and you'll get that interference call. That little skate tap, they're not going to get that call.
We're already down goalies. Let's keep them in there.
Well, I'm just saying, like, okay, maybe don't fly out in front of him, but like at least take a more of a hit than just tap it on the skate, and you'll get that call.
Yeah, I was hoping that would get called back, but no, Joey played great last night. But Jonesy's played incredibly well, right? I mean, they've got some great goaltenders back there, right? I mean,
Well, and Grubauer,
Grubauer,
just
Onskold, Drieger, Jones. Yeah, that's a heck of a squad there.
is that what it is? He's still just injured a little bit, Ryan?
I think so.
Grubauer's on there. Donskoy's on the IR. I think Drieger's on the IR, and Jonesy just didn't dress.
Okay.
You put those 4 goalies that aren't playing on the ice, and good luck on playing with the Black Aces after the skate's over, right? Because after if you're not playing, back in the day we're allowed more players. I think it was 25 on the roster. Now I think it's 21, but we'd have 5 guys after the pregame skate, and we'd go out and there'd be like the Black Aces, and we'd play 3-on-3 cross ice with a couple of goalies, right? And I'm just saying, if these goalies in that playing cross ice 3-on-3, you're not scoring, right? Especially if you're a Black Ace, you're typically not the best player. But anyways, kudos to them and their staff for getting these guys.
Nice.
That'll really ruin my pregame routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
We love everything that's going on. The Kraken are on a hot streak, you guys. If you want to bet some hockey, go to our friends at betonline.ag. Live read here for them. Betonline.ag. Use their mobile app on your phone. You go to any app store, download betonline.ag. It goes right on your phone. You make an account and all that stuff. If you use our promo code, which is, do you know it, Ryan?
Believe 50.
Believe 50, spelled our way, BLEAV 50. You get a 50% welcome bonus when you sign up. So if your first deposit is let's say it's $100, you get an extra $50 from betonline.ag. When you use our promo code, you can bet the NHL, NFL, MLB, the World Series going on right now. Get in on that. Basketball started up. What a time for sports. Everything's going on right now. They also have a 24/7 online casino with your regular kind of table games and things like that never closes. It's betonline.ag, either the web browser or the mobile app. Make sure you use our promo code. A lot to love from the Kraken lately, guys, but if there's anything to nitpick or things that you don't like, let's hear it. What do you got?
Say that again. So, what was that question again?
There's nothing.
Yeah.
No, I was saying there's a lot to like with the Kraken right now, but is there anything you don't like?
That I got to pay $18 for a beer. What else? No, I mean, no. You know what? I'm just a happy fan. And I'm just so I'm honored and to have just to have them part of the community, and if you guys know the Kraken, Todd Lyawicki.
Yeah.
And I mean, this guy is he's an amazing person, right? And everything about the Kraken, just it's him, and he's such a good person. He's got a good heart, and he's just a kind soul. But man, is this man, he's a hardworking guy, and he is smart. So I mean, I'm just so thankful that they brought him in, and they just built the team around him. And I run I run some rinks on the east side, Snow King Hockey, and and the Kraken are so great to work with, right? And they reach out, and they're just all about community and support, and the youth, and so we're real lucky to have these guys in town.
Oh, it's
Anything you don't like from a hockey standpoint?
from a hockey standpoint.
Anything you see with the team right now that you're like, man, they could do this better. They could clean that up a little bit. They could work on this. I mean, they've even been fighting lately, actually. I was going to say, like, a lot of times our big complaint is like maybe they're not physical enough, or they don't, but they've been fighting and winning those. And I don't know. I can't really find anything.
We've been negative before on the show, and I don't see that happening. Like,
well, there's been stuff to be negative about, but right now,
I think everything is pointing north, and that's the way you want to go.
And we're a bunch of homers around here. Fine. Yeah. We got nothing critical there.
No, but like you're saying, like I love going to the rink every day, and we get to watch NHL hockey in Seattle. There's nothing.
You know what they could do? Here's what they could do. They could use the anchor logo more often. How about that?
Sure.
I don't know.
Third jersey.
I got nothing. I don't know. I got nothing on them. Hey, you know what? Speaking of going to see some hockey, the men of Montlake, the University of Washington Huskies, have a hockey team, and they're playing some great hockey. And if you guys want to go see them play hockey for free, just hit us up. We've got tickets. Email us at releasetheshow@gmail.com and just tell us you want tickets to the UW hockey games, and we'll just give them to you. They're completely free. We have them. They're courtesy of our friends at epicseats.com, a local Seattle company doing cool things in the Northwest. What's up, producer Katie? What?
Friday and Saturday nights. We have games for Friday and Saturday nights. Did you say that already? I'm just saying it's not all the games. It's just the ones on Friday and Saturday. We'll edit this part out.
Is that at the Kraken Community Complex?
Yeah.
They're playing home and home?
Let me see.
They're good. Hey, I watched them play there about a month or a little bit ago, and they're great. They're great to watch. Some good players on there.
Oh yeah, they've been beating up on people. I think they put 9 goals in against somebody, 7 goals in against somebody. They're an exciting brand of hockey. So if you guys want tickets to them, hit us up, releasetheshow@gmail.com. We'll work out which games we got and all that kind of stuff. I think it's Friday and Saturday nights. Tickets are brought to you by epicseats.com, our friends over there. So check them out for all of your buying and selling ticket needs in Seattle or anywhere else. They're a Seattle company, but they're everywhere. And if you got tickets to, let's say you're a Kraken season ticket holder, but you can't make it to the game for whatever reason, you're looking to offload your seats, do it on epicseats.com. Tell them that we sent you, and they'll hook you up with a special deal. Let's see. I got on my notes. That's it. That's all I think I've run out of. Oh, Jamie, you mentioned it, the Snow King rinks and stuff, but let's talk about that and what you're doing up there more specifically, and where you're at and where people can find you, because, a lot of families, a lot of people discovering hockey, just like me, a lot of people getting kids into it, wanting to learn how, choking on my coffee, wanting to learn how to skate and all of that kind of stuff. Help us out.
Yeah. So I'm with Snow King Hockey Association, and we run 3 ice rinks on the east side. So we have an ice rink in Kirkland, we have an ice rink in Renton, 2 sheets in Renton, and then a brand new twin sheet facility in Snoqualmie. And we've got, they're the largest youth association in the state. I think over 800 kids. Wow. We also have an adult league, second and only to the Kraken Adult Hockey League. So it's a big league, and so there's lots of opportunity from whether you're 3, 4 years old. We got a great a new program with kids from 3 to 5 years old. They can get their kids on the ice, and it's called kinder skate. Right, you get them early. And actually, who's out there? Matty Boyd, who was a Seattle, plays for the Mariners, a pitcher, used to play with Snow King. And he's got his 3-year-old boy in there. I went to the rink, last month, and all of a sudden there's the pitcher for the Mariners. They're just watching the night before on the mound, and he's got his kid on the ice and skating away. So I mean, we got, whether you're 3, 4 years old, all the way up to, we have ice skating. There's some guys in their 70s.
What if you're 30 and you've never really played, but you're like, oh, That's kind of looks like fun, but I mean, I like barely ever stepped on the ice ever. Like maybe went to Central Park at Christmas time and like did a couple of laps back in the day. That's about it. But I mean, can I even get in on some adult hockey? Are there leagues for bums like me?
Yep. There's whether you're an A-lister or C or D, whatever it is, whatever that bottom level is. But there's guys out there, and we teach adult learning to play, and there's 30 people on the ice. Most of them have never skated before. We call them ankle biters. And but after 8, 10, 12 weeks, right, you got full equipment on. You're not going to get hurt, and then they put you into a league. With just the bottom level, so it's equal, equal abilities, and you go out there, and I tell you, I skate a couple times a week at my rinks. We just 3-on-3. We call it lunch hockey, and that's the highlight of my week. I go out there, put a couple of hours of work in, go out on the ice, and as you all know, it's fun on the ice. It's the locker room banter that is a lot of fun, right? And it's a special bond you have with these people, and we'll do it for years. I've been to one group. I think we've been out there for over 10 years with the same group. Guys come and go, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, there you go, guys. If you guys want to get into hockey or check it out, I mean, you've been watching it on TV, so you might as well go try to pick it up and play it. Head on out to one of the rinks. Tell Jamie that we sent you, or tell Jamie you heard him sent you,
There you go,
or whatever, and all that good stuff. Ready to get out of here, Link?
Let's do it.
All right. Here's the song. Jamie, thanks for your time, man.
Thanks, really everybody. You guys are awesome.
Too.
Great job.
We got to get you back on here. Don't be a stranger.
Hey, anytime. All right. Thanks for inviting me, Katie.
Yeah.
Also, Butcher Box. Before we run out of time, real quick, Butcher Box. Do I have a thing for Butcher Box? Well, you told me Butcher Box, and then it says Butcher Box right here. This is Butcher Box.
No, we can't do it then.
Oh, there's an ad now for Butcher Box.
No, there was one.
No, I'll do it like that. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll cut together. No, it'll cut together. We'll do it. We'll do it live. It'll cut together.
It's locker room banter.
Butcher Box. Check out our sponsors, Butcher Box, Bet Online, EpicSeats.com. Everybody, if you want Husky tickets, let us know. Fridays and Saturdays. We didn't really look into the Kraken's upcoming schedule, but it doesn't matter who they're going to play. They're going to destroy them, right, Link?
They're going to destroy them. We got a road trip. We come back for a couple of games.
Enjoy the Kraken games, everybody, and hit us up on social media at Release the Show everywhere you are social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Also, last thing before we get out of here, we have a brand new email address that is only open as the games are ending. And that email address is releasetherants@gmail.com. And it doesn't have to be bad, negative rants. It doesn't have to be if the team's playing poorly. It can be a rant that's positive and happy if the team is playing well. Anything that you want to rant about, just send it directly to releasetherants@gmail.com. You don't have to sign it. We won't read your name on the air. It's all anonymous. You can say whatever you want. It is a dumping ground for your rants about the Kraken, and it will be for the history of this franchise. So that's where you go rant if you want to. Now we're out of time. All right. Bye, everybody. See you next time.
See you guys. Good job. Appreciate that. Bye. Take care.
Oh, Jamie left.